Welcome to Ghost Club Paranormal. Don't go changing that channel now, as we have one hell of a show for you. From ghouls that lurk in the dead of night, to modern day technology that is sure to blow your mind. It's the number one stuff for spooky folk like you, so turn off the lights and let's get to. Ghost Club is sponsored by...
Hello, welcome to the show. I don't know what that was.
Sing it for us. Sing it for us.
I apologize. This is our second live stream that we have done so far. Thank you all for being here. Second live stream, and I'm comfortable. I'm already in my PJs. It's already gotten to that. Yeah.
Good for you.
Welcome in, everyone. Kindred Paranormal, Paranormal
What's
Violinist,
Hi,
John
Douglas.
Meloria. I don't know. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Gemini. Hello. Welcome. Just so you guys know, we do a live stream every second Tuesday. And we also do investigation every second Tuesday. So every Tuesday, there is something on the Ghost Club channel. And we like to try and make these as like fun and informative. So even if you're not watching on the live, it's still going to be enjoyable. So just keep that in mind. So hello, welcome. These usually go for about 2 hours. I mean, our last live stream did as well. So get comfortable. What's going on with you, Mandy? What's like the new news with you? It's been 2 weeks since we last caught up.
Not much, man. No.
No, not
Really?
us, but like us.
Oh, okay.
I
was like, wait,
yeah,
hold
no,
on, what?
We talked to each other earlier.
Not much. Just getting back into the swing of things since our Virginia City trip that we took.
That was literally last weekend. We only got back. No. When was that?
Oh my God, no, we've had one weekend since then.
Really? Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my God.
No, it's okay. I don't even know what day it is.
I thought we only got back 4 days ago. Like, that's insane. But no, I forgot, like, I got a PlayStation 5 and I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. Like,
right.
So, I mean, time is just like, I don't know what's happening
just
anymore.
Non-existent. Yeah, no, just been working. I did get a new tattoo, so that was fun.
Get it out. Could you imagine?
Let me show you.
It's very high up on your thigh, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. What about you?
What about me? I've been going through some stuff with Wilson, my dog. As you know, I had him to the vet. But he's been like, I don't know if he's been chewing his tail. I've actually not seen him chew his tail, but like he's like losing a lot of fur on his tail, which is really sad because he's a really, really big fluffy dog. That's kind of like what, like that's your thing, Wilson,
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's kind of been a little bit sad. They still don't really know what it is, but I've been doing like the ointment treatments and stuff, and he also had a few bumps on him, and it turns out that they are like tumor cysts, but we're not to worry about them. They said they were like, it's actually normal, somewhat, and if they get bigger, then you can bring them back and you can get it removed. So anyway, the blood work came back fine, like Wilson's fine. So that's definitely like a massive, piece of stress that I've been dealing with this last week. But that's everything's good. Everything's good apart from his little rat tail.
Sad. So sad. Okay, it'll grow back. I'll be okay.
It will. He'll have like a little mohawk for a while. If anybody has any pets, tell me, what pets do you guys have? If you have dogs, do you like big dogs, small dogs, scruffy dogs? I want another dog so bad. Oh, there's so much work.
Yeah,
there's so much work.
Scruffy little terrier
little
mixes.
Dog.
Oh, that's my favorite. Squeeze them.
All right. Oh, a little Shih Tzu. I don't know what to do with a little dog, honestly. I have a cat myself. Yes. I'm actually a cat person, not gonna lie. Yeah, I had 3 cats. Bruce passed away last year, and now I only have 2. Ugh, I want another cat too. Anyway, this is a paranormal channel, and I'm
Dad.
just like, tell me about your pets. All right, guys, we're gonna get into it. We talk about our previous episodes. So if you guys haven't checked out the Sally House yet, what are you doing? Go ahead. It's the link in the description is going to transport you over there. It was a very, very intense investigation.
Getting
First,
the Palo Santo ready for this conversation
girl.
because
Mm-hmm.
everybody fucking set your boundaries because this is a wild one. So
It is. If you watch the episode, let us know in the comment section so we can pull a comment up to let everyone know just how weird this investigation was. Last week and 2 weeks ago, sorry, on the live stream, we were in a crop field. And today, I don't know if you guys can really see this in the background
yeah.
here. It's a spooky road. Do you know why I chose a spooky road, Mandy?
No.
I chose a spooky road because it is a memory that will forever be in my head after the Sally House investigation. That drive back to our hotel was like a 4-hour drive. It was raining or hailing. No, it was
It was
what do you call it?
snowing. It was like snow flurries.
Snow flurries. That's what you kept on saying. It's
Yeah.
flurrying. It's flurrying. I never heard that word before in my life, but I'll just go along with it.
It was
Yeah.
flurrying and it was wild. It was so scary.
And you were driving us back to the hotel, and obviously if you saw the episode, at the very end of the episode we cut it right there and then, after my Delco experiment and mild possession, I would say. I feel pretty confident in saying that. A lot of people have questions like about that, and we're definitely going to get into that a little bit later, because I do want to tell my side of the story and how it felt and what I was experiencing. But right after that happened, I didn't want to talk about it at all. And you guys were very respectful. Both you and Austin were super respectful about that. Just being like, yeah, like you don't even have to say anything. Like, let's just leave. And
Yeah.
it was kind of like a bit of a, not an awkward car ride back, but it was a different car ride back.
Just quiet.
Very
Like
quiet. We were,
internally quiet, but we try to put on some fun music and like
yeah, we tried. I was gonna say this, right? We were in silence for a little bit, and it was just like we didn't want to talk about any of the investigation at all. Usually we're like back and forth and we're like, oh, this was crazy and all this stuff. And this drive back, we were just like, nothing. How are you feeling now, Jade? I am feeling so much better now. It's been like a month and a half, maybe, just maybe I can't even remember when we went there now, but it's definitely been like over a month. And then I was sick for a month, and these past couple of weeks I've been doing like so good. So yeah, like the thing, I feel like it stayed in Kansas. I truly feel like whatever it was, it could honestly, like we've talked about this, but like one of my theories is that this thing likes to be around Justin, like the owner of the Garnet House and the owner of the Whiteface House, which by the way, next week's episode, next Tuesday's episode is going to be the Whiteface House, which is so crazy. Like it really, really is. These episodes were 3 back to back, just like what the hell episodes. I've
yeah.
never experienced such a darkness on any investigation. Never mind 3 dark investigations back to back to back. It was
Yeah.
a hell of a lot. Also, thank you so much for the donation. If you look up on the screen here, I don't know where it is here. I put a little QR code, even though the live is blocking it right now. But you guys were so helpful on our last live stream. We did not expect any donation, never mind like the amount of donations that we got. It was insane. We now
Yeah,
have
thank you.
like a proper like Ghost Club account where we are paying for other investigations from your guys' donations. And I never thought that we were ever going to get to like a point like that, especially so soon. So honestly, like
Yeah.
thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. I just wanted to
Thank
make
you.
it easier for you guys if you want to donate through PayPal instead of YouTube. And just so you know, like your donations have already paid for an investigation. So that's
Yes.
really freaking
Yay.
cool. Yeah, that was the first time that like, properly paid for a location. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We do have a
Okay.
question here for you, Jade. And a
What do
donation. Thank you so much.
Okay, so what do you remember from the Estes? I was planning on getting into that a little bit later, so I don't lose track. I promise you, I'm gonna circle back round. We're gonna talk about it from like beginning to end. Um, but I do want to go back to that car ride that we had for a quick moment
Yeah.
because you did say that we tried to brush it off. I'm just trying to give people advice, like if anything like this happens to them, like certain things that you can do and just kinda pass like, turning a blind eye to it for as soon as possible is, like, the best thing you can do and just kinda get on with it, like, what happened, happened, like, think about it later kind of thing, that was the mind frame that I was in.
Yeah.
Um, but we did have some fun at the end of the trip. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning, we're still driving back, so we had, like, a 4.5 hour drive back to our hotel or something, and
Yeah.
we played the game Would You Rather. So, since we have the road in front of us right now and you have the hood in front of us right now, we're in the car, we're riding back from the Sally house. Let's play a game of Would You Rather.
Let's do it.
I wish I had some music. I don't have any
Dee dee
music.
dee 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 dee.
Hold on. I don't know what this is. Just bear with me.
Why is it so bad?
It's, it's the StreamYard music. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Right. So I have some would you rather questions, and this was one that I actually asked you in the car on the way back from the Sally house, just to kind of like lift the moods a little bit. And I want you guys to join in as well in the chat. And if you're watching this when it's not live, join in the comments. This is a question that I want to re-ask you, Mandy, because I was really shocked by your answer. Yeah, I was.
Okay, I'm scared. Okay.
A lot of these would you rather questions, we had opposite answers, which was really funny.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
also, thank you so much, Emily Jane 7. You are absolutely amazing. We have her question is Mandy, is Bob still with you? Well, he was funny the last episode. Seems like he's got a crush on you.
You
Ooh.
know, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since Bob slash Robert slash whatever has made his presence known. So he might have given up on me. They always do.
No, 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 no. No,
It's
Bob,
okay.
he showed up. He showed up on a few investigations after he showed up at the Mackey Mansion, and he was kinda just, like, floating about, and then finally he just kinda
Yeah.
got less we heard less and less from him, and I don't know where he is anymore. Let's not summon him, though. That's all I'm saying.
Bob.
Bob? Alright, okay,
Okay.
would you rather your food always be too hot,
Ooh.
as
Oh
in
yeah.
you'd never be used to it, it's always too hot, or have no knees?
I'd
I just wanna see if your answers changed.
I'd rather have no knees.
No! Such the no!
I'd rather have no knees. You can push me around in my chair as I
This
eat my room temperature food. Dude, I
no
I
knees?
cannot. No knees because okay, it is like the worst there's nothing worse than when food is too hot. One, it hurts. And then I don't get to enjoy the flavor. And then I get mad because I love food. And so I just rather have no knees. My knees hurt anyways. I'm getting old. They get achy. I'd rather just be in a wheelchair and eat good food.
So many people say no knees, and that was crazy, like,
Yes, no knees, no knees.
see, like, I would rather eat food that's way too hot than have no
That's
knees.
psycho.
No, it's not psycho at all, like, I feel like you would you it says that you wouldn't get used to it, but you would get used to it, like I think you would.
Would you?
I just couldn't imagine going about with no knees, that's all. I would literally rather be hungry than have no knees.
See, I don't do well when I'm hungry. I get like nauseous. So I'd rather just be happy in a wheelchair,
I would push you
rolling
around.
around, just push
Imagine,
me
like, the
around.
Washoe Club, though, in a wheelchair. That wouldn't work.
Could
That
you
wouldn't
imagine?
work. There's,
I wouldn't
like
be able to get anywhere. I'd be dead. I'm so scared.
there's, like, 4 stories of, like, the creakiest, oldest wooden staircases. Like, no, that wouldn't work.
Yes. See,
Okay,
your tongue would just burn. So you build up a tolerance, but also you'd have no taste and you wouldn't be able to taste the food.
that's fine. I'm, like, such a bland person anyway, like, no. Mandy, you're, like, actually, like, the foodie out of the both of us.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very particular and, like, as basic as it gets.
Jade needs like her comforts and you
That's
know,
it pretty much, yeah. I
that's
eat, like,
it.
the same thing pretty much every single day as well.
It's okay, me too.
Um,
Yes, no negging, no negging.
It's not funny, Jade eating his life. And maybe I'm just saying this because I had, like, such a big dinner tonight. I made tacos and ate so much tacos. Oh my gosh, I way overindulged. All right, next question. All right. Would you rather fight a gorilla once per year and you have a sword, or fight a chicken every time you get out of your car?
Oh, I love chickens. I
It doesn't say
love
kill a
chickens.
chicken.
I
It
don't
just
wanna
says
like
fight.
I think I'd rather fight the gorilla with a sword
So,
once a
side
year.
note, it does say that this gorilla, you basically just like go through like a portal once a year, so you don't know when it's happening. You just like portal all of a sudden, like
Oh,
you could be like
that's
sitting on the toilet,
terrifying.
portal, and then you're like standing in front of a gorilla with a massive sword, and then you just have to go for it.
I just like you guys, I really love chickens, okay? Look at all those chickens. If anybody watches Vines, you know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, no, I couldn't fight them. I,
You all right? That's totally
I'm
fine.
gonna
We've
take the
got
L and I'm gonna fight a gorilla.
I think most people would fight chickens. I would rather fight off the chickens. I don't want to be like, because what if I'm like super tired? Then I get sent to fight a
Yo, chickens are
gorilla.
like you gotta be careful. Chickens are feisty little shits. They will hurt you.
Girl, when have you ever been around a chicken?
In
They're not
Hawaii,
like
chickens are
that.
everywhere. They're everywhere, but they're
Thank you,
friendly.
Kirsty. Thank you, Kirsty,
Thank
for your
you.
donation. Thank you, Paranormal Theory, for your donation. We love you guys. Love, love, love. And anybody else who has donated through PayPal, we love you too. Let's see. All right, we've got. If you guys have a would you rather question, please drop it in the comments. Like, I don't know. I've got a couple more, so I want to just do a couple more before we move on because
I'm dying.
this was literally like I was trying to keep Mandy awake on the drive home from the Sally house with these would you rather questions, and we're so delusional. We were like crying by the end of it and like laughing, but it was such a good way to like lift the moods again. Because yeah, Sally house was rough. So let's see
Zach,
here.
that is not okay. You're supposed to put $5 on me. Okay.
Okay, this one is interesting. Would you rather have a cat with a human face or a dog with human hands instead of paws?
Oh, I can't do
I
I
think I
can't.
would
I don't know. I don't like any of it.
no, I think I would rather have a cat with a human face. Because, like, imagine your dog touching you with, like, human hands. That's disgusting, Mandy.
Oh, you're
That
like
is
sleeping at night and
disgusting.
all of a sudden it's like
But
I don't know
still,
what's
even Douglas is also saying cat with a human face. I agree, Douglas. I don't know. It would. I don't know. I'm also like
I
imagining
don't
like
know.
my cat like when they like lay on top of you and like do this with their paws, but just like looking at you with a human face. That also sounds disgusting. So
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Probably. Oh, the hands would creep me out.
yeah.
Probably the cat. Oh God, but what if it's a face I don't like? You know those? Okay, so you know how they like take like human teeth and they put it on the animals so it looks like they're humans? Have you seen
Yeah,
those
I don't like
videos?
that.
They make me laugh. So that's you can imagine that's what your cat would look like.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was Vanessa that said none, and I kind of
I
agree
think
with her.
I think I'd rather just fight the gorilla twice a year instead of picking.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Uh, Butterflies 43 said, "Yeah, but then the cat wouldn't shut up." So that's actually a really good point. Like
Oh,
I would only if the cat I would only have a cat with a human face if it couldn't talk. I don't wanna have conversations with it like that.
no, hmm, that's a tough one.
Oh, yeah, paranormal hangover or actual hangover?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say paranormal
Paranormal
hangover.
hangover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both serious.
We're in
Um,
our 30s now, so actual hangovers last
a few
days.
days. A few days, and there's
Days.
at least with, like, paranormal hangovers, you don't have as many regrets in the morning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Well,
just get on with it. Well, I don't know.
sometimes I'm like, I asked a stupid question and the spirit probably hates me.
Mandy, you no, I'm not gonna say it live, actually.
Uh,
Never mind, moving on. I was gonna
no, say
say
it.
no, I was just gonna say on the lines, like, last time you were drunk, though, like, you done really, really good at when somebody messaged you and you were, like, honest with them and can I say that? Like,
Yeah, I
you
did
know,
really
keep it
I
in
was very proud of myself.
yeah, no, I was super proud of you too, like, so, a guy had reached out and paid you a compliment, and you responded like, "Hey, like, I'm drunk right now, like, I'm not gonna message you back, basically, I'll message you when I'm sober," and I was like, "Wow,"
I
like, to have
know.
that much self-control, like, when you're that drunk and you were wasted, girl, like, you were, like, partying with the
Yeah, no,
cowboys in
I
that bar.
Mandy 2.0, she knew better. She's grown. She's grown. I mean, I was you guys, I went to Arizona, right? And my final at the end of the trip, we were in Tombstone and they were doing karaoke at the Oriental Saloon, which you just can't say no to karaoke at the Oriental Saloon. So, your girl got real um wasty and did lots of karaoke and sang Shania Twain and all this stuff. It was so much fun. But I made one smart decision that night, and that was boundaries.
Yes. No, seriously. And you and I just wanna, like, put this out there, like, Mandy really doesn't get, like, drunk all the time or anything like that.
No, no, this is
It's
like a
very, very rare.
rarity.
Very rare.
Yeah.
I'm still actually yet to see it in the flesh, but it will happen, and I'm excited for that night. Alright, Mandy, would you rather be haunted by a pervy ghost for a year or be covered in crickets?
Oh, give me that pervy ghost. Let's go. He can live at my house. He can hang out in the rooms that are off limits.
The perfect ghost technically
Like,
was Bob, though, like, Bob, who we were talking about just earlier, that he was the pervy ghost, like, he loved
pervy
you.
ghost. I
Yeah.
love them. I love it. I don't, I would crickets. You guys are so ugh, I just covered in crickets. It's like a really bad episode of what's that old show that they used to do? Fear
Fear
Factor. Oh
factor?
my god.
Mm,
It's like a
yeah.
bad oh so yes, I would much rather be haunted by a pervy ghost
I
forever.
think I think I would rather have crickets.
No, girl, you saw how you acted at Goldfield when that cricket jumped on you and was like on your shirt. That was only one.
Do we have can I share the screen? Do we have hold on, let me see. Can you pull up another, would you rather question whilst I
Yeah,
try and
yeah,
find
yeah.
that moment? Because I posted a short of that in, like, the title was like soul leaving body or something like that, and everyone was commenting because okay, one thing is our shorts don't hit like our subscribers that much. They like hit other people on YouTube, people who don't understand what we're doing here. And everyone's like, what? Like, that's not your soul leaving your body. But they didn't really realize the cricket. And it's just made me feel so awkward. Let me pull it up real fast. Okay.
Jade would love nothing more than to have a cat that had a human face that was me.
I could think of at least 2 other things that I would prefer.
I never answered this question. Would you rather live in a haunted house or never be able to go ghost hunting again? Gotta live in the haunted house, I guess. But now,
Yeah.
oh no, you know what? Hold on, because it depends on the type of haunted house.
Yeah, I mean, that's true because you got places like the Sally house, the Garnet house, and then you have like places that are just like chill, which are still haunted, but like I would say like the McIntyre Villa is like a haunted house, but it's like, it's cool to be there. It's like fun, it's
Yeah,
huge, and it's like the haunted mansion, it's just exciting when you're in there. So, just depends.
yeah.
Right, I'm gonna pull this up and see if this works. I'm gonna share my screen, guys. This is the first time that we've done this, so like, sorry if it doesn't work.
Bear with us.
Share screen. Oh, I found it. Is this sharing with yous right now?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna play this. If you feel look right here. If you feel uncomfortable in any moment, paranormal investigation or just in general, in life in general, paranormal investigation or just in general, in life in general.
Uh,
If you feel uncomfortable and so gross.
That's
Oh,
so scary.
am I still sharing? No.
No.
I don't know how to do this. This could be so dangerous. So yeah, that's that. That was disgusting, Mandy, that cricket. But those desert crickets aren't like normal crickets. They are huge.
They're massive. They're like radioactive crickets.
They really are.
Chernobyl crickets. They're so
Mhm.
big.
Would you rather sleep in the crawl space of the Goldfield basement or the Sally House attic?
Goldfield
Sally
all day.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably in the crawl space though, imagine all the crickets.
Like that, like the corner where the demon
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Because what would happen is I'd get possessed. I wouldn't even know, right? And I would just like blend in, and I would just like forget all about it.
What, in the Sally House or the Goldfield?
No, in the Goldfield, in the Sally house. The Sally house is so scary, you guys. I'm
I don't
good.
know. Either way, I'm sleeping in a ring of salt, that's for sure. Um, Here's a good one. What's your lady's dream locations to investigate that you haven't yet? And also, I do
Mm.
just want to say that Matt reached out on Instagram and he asked a very similar question he wanted us to say as well. And that was if you had access to anywhere in the world for one night only, what haunted location would it be? So similar questions. So you can take us away, Mandy.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm so indecisive right now. You might have to step in on this one.
I would go to Edinburgh, Scotland, and I would love to go back to the location where I saw my very first like full-bodied apparition when I was a kid. That flat that I lived in, my nana and granddad's flat, like that ghost that visited me there, that was like
Oh yeah.
floating, and it was like a whole thing. I've told this story so many times on the first apparition that I've seen. So maybe for another day, but I would
Yeah.
love to go back and, like, get some answers and, like, see if I could make communication with that woman again, because she talked to me, and yeah, that was I mean, she's probably still kicking about. I mean, looked like she had been there for, like, a few thousand years anyway, so
Yeah. That's
yeah.
crazy.
What about
That'd
you?
be cool. That'd be fun. Um, I don't know. I feel like every day is like something I would want to do. It like changes. Um, I definitely like just to generalize it, I would love to do a Civil War location.
Mhm.
And I would love to do okay, so Civil War location. I would love to do like a massive, massive like prison, like
Mhm.
Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary or something. And then I would love to do a like something um like Lincoln related, so Ford's Theater or the White House or something cool like that. I think that'd be
Yeah.
super unique
The
and fun
White
because the White
House?
House is supposed to be super haunted. Um, so
Yeah, Noah Pro Gamer saying that Tower of London has to be nuts as well, and I would agree with you there. That would be dope. Okay, and then I have another couple of the would you rather questions, but I kinda do wanna move on, if that's
okay.
alright. I want to move on, and I've forgotten what I wanna move on to. Oh, oh, okay. Sorry, guys. It has been such a long week, such a long day, such a
Solid.
long past 5 minutes. Story of my life. Okay, I want to, share my screen again because this is a news flash, guys. This is a freaking news flash. Let me get a song. Didn't work at all. I was
Was
trying to
the
get, like, a
most
lively
subtle
song and that didn't work.
newsflash.
Anyway, moving on, moving on. Okay, so we got a new news flash, guys. A subscriber, a viewer, I think they actually captured a new piece of evidence in our
Oh yeah,
Garnet House episode, and
that's
they
right.
just commented like a couple of days ago. And usually, like when people leave the timestamps, like I'll look at all of them. Most of them can be explained or debunked, but this one actually like really shocked me. It was like it was crazy. So let me just set up the scene. If you guys saw the Garnet House episode, it was kind of in the beginning when, the bell responded for me to go downstairs by myself. So I take the monkey chester, which is a motion sensor, and I go downstairs by myself to go set him up, right? So I am downstairs by myself and you 3 are upstairs. Now,
Yeah.
when I set Chester up, and I'm gonna show this on the screen, when I set Chester up, the music starts playing, I turn around with the camera, and I start walking out of that room. There's a door right in front of me that's open, and it closes by itself. And I had no recollection of this whatsoever. I was just trying to make it back to the bottom of the stairs. And actually, in the video, even though the music's playing in the background, you can hear that door latch. Which
Yeah.
is insane. I don't think I've ever seen on any episode like a door closing. Usually it's a door opening. You see a lot of doors opening. Um, but the fact that it latched, it's crazy. Um, So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and show it. But what's your thoughts on that real fast, Mandy?
Yeah, no, when you told me that somebody had caught that and all this stuff, and I was like, "What?" Like, I did not see it, but yeah, watching it back, that door, like, it is so just, like, so eerily. It's like, and you hear it latch. Like, that is crazy that none of us, like, realized that in the moment,
Mhm.
watching it, editing and all that stuff, but it is so clear that it is just like slowly closing and
Yeah.
that's it. And keep in mind, we were in and out of that house a lot, and those doors don't just do that. It's
Yeah.
not like one of those situations where some old houses you walk around and it causes things to like, the floorboards cause, a little bit of vibration, so things will like doors will open or close. But um, this was totally off the wall, unexpected.
And I do just also want to point out that this is the same room where that door closes by itself. It's the same room that when I'm standing at the bottom of the stairs and I thought I see something off the side of my eye, and the camera actually captures like a black shadow mist thing right by that door. So I
Yeah.
don't know what that's about, but we never investigated really downstairs at all. So it would be very interesting that if we ever do go back, if
Strong
really
if.
strong if we actually investigate that room. Like that would be like one of the main reasons why I would go back. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me pull it up real fast, guys, and let's see.
Hi, April. I love you. Yes, let's go back to the old Japanese cemetery.
All right, can you see here?
Okay. Yeah, I wonder, is there a way to make that full
Bigger?
screen for everyone? Yeah.
Yeah, like this?
No, like where it's just your screen. Hold. I know there's a way.
You'll be able to see it like this.
Okay.
Can you see like are
Yeah,
we looking
yeah.
at the same thing? Like we're just like little screens on the side, and there's like the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be able to see it. I'm gonna replay it a couple times as well for you guys.
Cool.
Yeah. So
All right,
you'll
guys,
hear the
pay
music.
attention.
It's this door. Whoa! It happens so fast. It happens so fast. Okay, let me go back, guys. I've watched I've watched this so many times, and of course it's not letting me. Okay, so it happens. Right. Ready? So now I've kind of pointed out what door it is. Oh, actually, we can also slow it down as well. We'll do that in a little bit.
Yeah, right there. Boom. Door freaking closes. Holy
And
shit.
you hear the bang as well. It's like doo-doo. It closes.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. Let's go back and we'll slow it down a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to. I've actually not slowed it down. Nope,
Oh, yeah.
that's not what I'm doing. Playback speed.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. See that door with a little crack in it? Watch it close.
And you can even hear the door closing much better when it's in slow motion. And one more time because
And just like what John said, it's a door that isn't in a heavy traffic area. It's on the opposite room, so there's just actually like no way.
there's like this has been like one of the coolest pieces of evidence. Obviously the doll falling was pretty crazy, but again, never ever had a door close on an investigation. But when you slow it down, you can totally hear that door closing. Oh. No, I feel like such an old lady when it comes to this kind of stuff.
You got this. You're so close.
All right, okay, playing. Moment of silence, please.
Yeah, the slow-mo.
Struggling.
Okay, there it is. See the crack?
My God.
That's fucking crazy.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh. How did we
Wow.
not like oh, it's crazy.
No, but that's what I
And shout
love.
out to that viewer that got that saw
Serious
that.
shout out. Seriously, let me see. Oh, never mind. Oh, you know what? I'm just doing no. I actually pinned the comment to that episode. So if you go to that episode and look in the comment section, it's the first comment. So you'll see it 20 minutes 31 looks like the door closed by itself, and then you'll see my response. Just like, what? Because it's so much
Yeah.
scarier when I'm like, I was down there by myself, man. Like, why? It was like something was like peering like kind of like watching what I was doing, and as I started walking through, I was like, and like closed the door.
Yeah,
So scary.
that's crazy.
Mm.
It's a solid catch.
But that's what I love about, our viewers are so dedicated and they do look at things like,
Mhm.
so it's amazing like to see what other people capture. One of the other biggest captures in like Ghost Club history was this episode was on Paranormal Cotton Camera as well, and it was at the Corganville house, and it
Yeah,
looked like a black person walking by behind me, and like a almost like a shadow of a person. It was bizarre because that was a private property, and I never noticed that during editing at all. It was like somebody, like a few people had
yeah,
actually reached out and were like, "Hey, like check this timestamp out." I would look at it on my phone, I couldn't see anything. And then finally somebody was like, "No, look at it on a big TV. Like you'll really be able to see it." So I did, and it was wild. So now that's two really cool pieces of evidence that our viewers have pointed out for us. I need to
yeah.
get better at this editing thing, clearly. I'm missing big
It's
pieces
a
of
hard one. That was not like in your face, you know. So
yeah.
I mean, I didn't even see it, and I specifically watched it to make sure everything was good. I didn't even notice it, and a lot of people didn't. So
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, that was very subtle.
I think you're right as well, Water Horse. I'm genuinely the vibe that I was getting from that was just like, ugh. Like Luke peered in, was just like, nah, and like
Yeah,
closed the door.
like not these bitches. Like, close the door. Oh my
um,
gosh.
this is an interesting one. If you could
Oh,
see or talk to the ghost of a dead celebrity, who would it be?
sorry, Patrick's comment. Sorry, that made me laugh.
It's very true. Also, thank you everyone who's just joined in.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Y'all missed a good one. Uh,
Celebrity.
okay. Celebrity. If I could talk to the ghost of a dead celebrity. Oh, you know what? Remember? I don't know if you remember this, but I told you it was a while ago. I had that dream that Val Kilmer died, and I was talking to
Oh.
Val Kilmer on the other side. I mean, I just listen. I don't want him to die. I love that man more than life itself. But I had a dream that he was dead, and I was asking him all about what it was like to film Tombstone, and he was so nice.
Oh.
So
But he's
that
still
was great.
alive though. He is still
He is
alive.
still alive. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. The ghost
So
of a
dead
dead
celebrity.
celebrity.
So basically you guys just had a conversation in your sleep.
I connected with Val Kilmer in my sleep. I don't know. Who would you? Do you have one?
I honestly like I don't really have one. But I will say this is the day that Michael Jackson died. I had a dream that I was hanging out and talking to Michael Jackson. And then when I woke up, everyone was like, "Did you hear the news?" Like I was at my friend's house and he's like, "Did you hear the news?" I was like, "No." And then yeah, Michael Jackson died. So I was just like, I don't know, like I genuinely do not believe that Michael Jackson came to me in my dream. Like why? You know what I mean? Like why would Michael Jackson travel all the way through the astral like planes to come find like a little
Yeah.
16-year-old Scottish girl like asleep? Oh, never mind. I don't think that, by the way. I don't think that. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that loud.
Moving on.
Moving on. Swiftly moving on. Um, I would talk to with David Bowie. Yes, David Bowie. That is a
David
good one.
Bowie.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on,
David.
wait. This is
What's David
actually
Bowie?
just speaking of Tombstone for 2 seconds. This is important. April shared a video with me, and I found out that I'm Your Huckleberry is not obvious. I mean, it makes sense. It's not historically accurate. But it was technically Hucklebearer because the coffins had like these latches which were called Huckles, and they were the bears, so it was Hucklebearer, not Huckleberry. But Val Kilmer said, I'm your Huckleberry. We learned that today, and it was so crazy. So that is not historically accurate or correct, but it is still a very important piece of history, movie history. So moving on. Had to get
And
that
that's
out.
from
So
the
crazy.
show Tombstone.
The movie Tombstone.
Movie
Yes,
Tombstone?
everyone
I
go
don't
look it
know.
up. Check it out. Mind blowing.
I know. You have that tattoo on the back of your arm,
It's
huh?
tatted on your Huckleberry, so I have to keep that no matter what.
We were in the desert, and when, this was not last weekend, the weekend before, when we were filming, and we went into like Carl's Jr. or something like that, and we were waiting for our food, and this guy was just sitting by himself at a table, like, and he was like eating a burger, and he just like shouted across, like he just shouted. We've never talked about this.
So
He just shouted
yeah, go
across.
ahead.
He was like, "I see you like huckleberries."
Well, so at first he thought my tattoo said Huckle Bunny,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, no. And then I was like, I'm your Huckleberry. He's like, oh, Huckleberry.
Oh
So
man,
embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. I was just like, okay,
it was funny.
thanks.
It's only old men that point out that tattoo though. It's so funny. They're the only ones that know what
They
it
do.
means.
They do. The older guys love it. I'm a hit with the senior community.
Oh
Uh,
man.
oh, the
Um,
cherubs. Oh, that was such a good time.
oh, the cherub thing. If did everyone see that clip? Oh my gosh. It was beautiful. I feel like every 2 weeks we should just go over like all of our shorts and stuff and talk about them as well as the episode, which by the way, we're going to get to the Sally house. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
only
yeah. We got a lot to
47
talk about.
minutes in.
A
This
cherub is a vegetable. In my heart, it is still a root vegetable, similar to like a,
You're beetroot.
a
No,
beetroot,
rhubarb.
a
That's what you
rhubarb.
thought it was. You thought it was rhubarb. You thought a cherub was specifically rhubarb.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of
So
people didn't know what a cherub was, Mandy. So I genuinely would not feel bad. A cherub, I don't know if it's it can't be a Scottish thing. Like, I
y'all,
refuse
my
to believe that
people.
a cherub is only a Scottish thing, but a lot of people don't know about it. So, delicious cherub salads. Yes.
So
Everybody's
good.
comments on that short. Do we show it? Like, do we show that? I think that would be
The
fun to show.
comments.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should like go and look at people's comments right now. I didn't look at every single one, but it would be funny to like look back at them and show you guys what the heck we're talking about.
I like this. My own vegetable brand called cherubs.
I'm going to share the stage again here. And this was our moment from 2 weekends ago. So, yesterday I told Mandy that I wanted a tattoo of 2 cherubs on my arm, and she said, "Oh, okay." And then today, when we were antique shopping, I said, "Oh, I really want to find like, I don't know, like some like statue of like a cherub." And Mandy said, "I don't know, what even is a cherub?" And I said, "What do you mean what's a cherub?" And she was like, "What?" And I said, "What do you think a cherub is?" And she said, "A vegetable." And I was like, "Do you think that I was going to get a tattoo of 2 vegetables on me?" So anyway, we're just out having dinner just now, and Mandy just gets her plate, and she goes, "What kind of vegetable is this?" And I said, "A cherub." So yesterday, oh my gosh, I can't handle Mandy. I can't handle.
Oh my god.
Comments. Mandy's so hilarious, of course. Love the energy, of course. Let's see. There were some fun ones.
A squash cherub. Oh my god.
Mandy,
You
you're
guys,
gonna be all right.
I never said I was smart.
Oh my gosh, there was some really, really funny ones on there. It's gonna take a while because there's 92 comments, but
I'm
yeah,
special.
very special.
Somebody's Mandy special.
Oh my gosh, guys,
I'm special. I am. Thank you.
there's so many moments like this though, like off camera. Like I wish that we could film literally everything, like just have a constant camera on us at all times because there's so many things that happen like this. And usually when you have like two friends from like different countries, it's like there is going to be some like what's the word I'm looking for? Communication issues, just like language
Yeah, yeah.
barriers, right? But man, like can I tell the one about the train?
No. Okay.
Because I also want I
Okay.
don't wanna, like I don't wanna throw you under the bus. Thank you so much, mystery man.
Okay.
I don't wanna throw you under the bus, Mandy,
It's
like
okay. It's okay. I'm fully aware of my flaws.
but this was on our Kansas trip, and we were doing a lot of driving on the road that trip, and, there was a lot of trains, and we were talking about trains. And Mandy said, "Oh, like I've never been on a train before." And I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, there's so many people in America that have never been on a train before. It blows my mind because obviously in the UK, like that's like the main way to travel pretty much is by train. Everybody travels by train. And, but I know a few people who haven't, so I was like, "Wow, that's crazy," and you were like, "Yeah, I just really wish, like, one day, hopefully I can get on a train," and I was feeling all bad for you, and I'm like, We can get on the train, I live in a town where there's a train station, like because not every town over here, by the way, either, especially in California, they don't have train stations. You have to go, like, every, like, 5 towns to find a train station, and I was like, "Oh, we can get a train one day, Mandy, like, just us 2. We'll get a train all the way up the coast." And you were like, "Oh, like the Amtrak?" And I was like, "Yeah." And you were like, "Oh, no, I've been on that. That's not a train." I was like, "What are you talking about? The Amtrak is a train." Is it Amtrak? No,
Yeah,
Surfliner?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the train
Yeah,
brands, but
Amtrak. Yeah.
like, we talked about this for, like, 10 minutes. We had a full conversation about how Mandy has never been on a train before, and then she hits me with a, "Oh, actually, I have been on a train." I'm like, "Why even say that you weren't on a train then?"
Listen, in my brain, in my little baby brain, Amtrak is not a train. It's just the Amtrak, okay?
It
It's just
looks like a train,
it's
it's on a
it's
track.
not a train. It is just Amtrak. A train,
Mandy's idea of a train is like the Hogwarts Express, right?
that's a train. Like, the old like Virginia City train, the V&T railroad, like a legit like coal and just like coal powered
Yeah.
train, a steam powered train,
The
Polar
Polar
Express. I hate that
Express.
movie, but the Polar Express.
Yes.
That's in my brain. That's a train. The Amtrak is just the Amtrak.
I mean, it's a train though, just like a car is a car, whether it's a Lambo or a Volvo, like it's a car. It just cracked me up. I just thought that was so funny. Like, oh man,
I've never.
kill
Okay, yeah,
me.
yeah. I've never been on an old train. How about that?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and if you guys haven't been on a train, like you guys are missing out. There's like, especially on that like Surfliner train, like they have a bar. Yeah, they have a full-blown bar.
I want to do one of
Anyway.
those like really cool trains where you go through like like the Rockies and stuff in Canada. You do those like those
You know
really
what we
cool
should
train. Yeah.
we should do like one of them. We should film this as well, and we should do like a week-long train ride from like one place to another where you're literally just on the train and it's all just old people. Other yeah, we would have so much fun. We would
Oh
be
my
friends
god, I
with all
love
of those
old
old people at
people. I love it so much.
the end. Um, sorry, I
Sorry,
fully
some of these comments are killing me. Um, I'm just here for a good time, mystery man, not for a long time.
Mandy, actually, I just do want to say, like, disclaimer, like, Mandy comes out with those funny one-liners, but, like, at the end of the day, like, you're very, very smart. So you carry a lot of our conversations, especially with the older people. Like, when I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm like, would you like me to recite the Gettysburg Address for you? I'm just kidding.
You could
That's
though.
my
No,
version
but
of smart.
we've played like Trivial Pursuit before and stuff like that. Like you got a lot of those questions. Like you're really good at Jeopardy. That's another one. Like you love
Yeah,
Jeopardy.
I do.
Which by the way I downloaded for the PS5, so next time you're over.
Woo, girl,
I know.
all day. Jeopardy all day.
Okay.
Yeah, we love old people. Okay.
Guys, should we talk
You
about the
gotta,
Sally House?
yeah. Let me get my fucking Palo Santo ready.
That's why we're here, right? To talk about the Sally House.
No, dude, weird things have been happening in my house ever since that episode came out.
So we haven't talked about that as much, like in person. So I'm actually really interested to hear about what's been going on in your house.
I am being haunted by spirits from Garnet, Sally, and Whiteface. So they are
So
showing up everywhere.
the Whiteface house hasn't dropped, but it is
Nope.
just as intense as the Garnet house and the Sally house. And you guys are going to totally see when that episode drops on Tuesday, like you'll understand. But that's crazy. Do you think, because I was talking about this today, I'm under the impression that this is all the same. Well, I don't know about the Sally house. Oh, I don't know. It's just so hard to like.
The Sally house, I don't feel is the same, but I think it's how do I explain this? It's all like part of the same like level
The
of energy.
reason
Does that make sense?
I feel like what's been at the Sally house, like what affected me on that episode, on that investigation, was very similar to the Grinner. Very similar. And thrives off chaos, that type of energy. But also, I will answer the question from earlier from what I actually saw during that SS method. Are you
Mm,
like cleansing right now? You need to cleanse,
yeah.
girl. So, and I've not really even talked to Mandy about this because I didn't want to talk at all after that investigation. I hate talking about it actually because it was such a difficult thing to look back on. It was a difficult thing to watch. Even when we were premiering that episode, I had to step away from my computer. Like I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to relive it. But I will say that a lot of the answers that I was given, like, can't remember that. I do believe that I tranced out very early on
Yeah.
in that session, when I had the goggles on and everything like that.
Yeah.
And there's a part that you'll see I'm sitting cross-legged on the ground, and I have the hack shack in my hands, and at first I was sitting up, like, quite proper, and then after, like, a few minutes, I start to, like, get, like, all hunched down, and I'm, like, holding my head up like this, and it's because in that moment, all I could see was, and this was right before I, like, can't remember anything, right? So this is, like, the last thing that I remember from being in that trance. And it felt like there was something behind me, like a dark energy. Thank you, Jimmy G, just Slim Jim. That was
Jimmy J.
so
Slim
unexpected.
Jim!
Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that so, so much. But
Thank
it
you.
felt like there was somebody pushing their hand in like this on the back of my neck and trying to like push me down. They were trying to get me through the floorboards, which sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like obviously I'm not going to fall through the floorboards. But that was the feeling that I was getting, and something just kept on telling me crawl, like get on your hands and knees and crawl downstairs right now. And I remember thinking to myself as the Estes is going on and that, and I'm thinking like, this is so weird. Something keeps on
Yeah.
telling me to just like run away from you guys and run downstairs, crawl on all fours with the goggles on downstairs, just get downstairs. And then after that, like after I just kept on kind of like just mentally just responding, just like, no, 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 go away, go away, go away. Then I just totally like lost all consciousness. I don't know what I said after that. Um, I don't know what happened like at all. Until the part that I kind of came to was the part where I do point. Sorry. Were you gonna say
I
something?
was giving love to Fakey T. They're
Thank you
leaving,
so
so
much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so
thank you.
much. Everyone who's here with us right now listening to this creepy story. Hopefully it's not too late where you are. Um yeah, so the next part that I can remember, so I'm seeing like red flashing goggles and I have my eyes open, by the way, when I do this as well. So it's just going
Mhm.
straight to the brain, right? And I've never seen like proper shadows form, like objects or anything like that in the goggles.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember anyway. And all I saw was it looked like a black hand, like glossy, scaly, all black hand with like a claw,
Mhm.
almost like nail, like claw nails, which do remind me of the grinner. So this
Yeah.
is why I'm trying to make, well, not trying, but this is why, like, if there was a connection, it would be because I've seen this thing's hand, and it's
Mhm.
very similar to what the grinner would appear to be like. And it basically just showed me where to point, and I just copied it because I was like, well, that's what it wants, or that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, didn't really know what else to do. So I started pointing, and then the hand, I could see it clear as day. It's like it was only in my left eye. It wasn't in my right eye. It was only in my left. And the hand came in and it just started to make like these like signalings, like going pointing down, all that kind of stuff. So I started to follow like the signals and then I kind of lost consciousness again for a hot second. And then next thing I know, like, I can't even remember taking the headphones off. I can't remember taking the goggles off. Like, I can't remember any of that. I can't remember
Interesting.
grabbing your hand. The only thing that I remember is you just saying, like, your nana and granddad are here with you. Like, that's the
Yeah.
next thing that I remember. And it was literally like the scariest thing that's ever happened on an investigation. It was so difficult to leave that investigation knowing that we had the Whiteface house the next night, and
Mhm.
then another investigation the night after that, and I was already this was only investigation 2 of our Kansas trip, and I was just like, is this where, like, I end it, you know? Like, am I
Yeah.
gonna ever be able to investigate again after that? And I'm like, hands down, like, I'm never doing the Delco experiment again, and I will definitely stick to that. I don't ever wanna be in a position like that again. It's
Yeah.
rough. Mhm.
Yeah. No, it was a tough one to watch, to be a part of, um, to experience. It was hard, even just being on the outside of it, because you almost feel helpless. Like, I'm doing what I can for you, but is it enough, to help you and
Yeah.
the like crazy horrible experience you just went through, you know? Um it was scary, and I remember at one point I pointed out to Austin. I was like, I could see it on you. Like, I could see the darkness literally like enveloping you, and that's when I was like, oh shit, it's like on, like, all of a sudden visually it was so clear you could just kind of see that dark cloud around you, and that's when you like took everything off. And I was like, oh my god. Um yeah, it was a
I know
scary
that
experience.
Austin was having a really rough time, like, after that as well, because he
Hmm.
felt like it was his fault that all of this had happened, because originally you went to go get me out of it, And then he was like, when I pointed at you, he was like, no, 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 let's just see, let's just see. And then that kind of put you in a position where you were like, well, I was just going to take her out of it because I know like what's going on. But at the same time, like, do I
Mhm.
really know what's going on? Kind of thing like that. Like, let's just see how this plays out. Because it
Well,
could be a
yeah, when you
huge
started
key,
pointing,
right?
I was like, "What? What?" Like, I've
It's a
never
message.
experienced. Yeah, I never experienced anything like that. So when you started pointing, when he said like, "Hey, like, let's just sit, let's take a minute," I was like, "Okay," because something's happening right now, and I need to see what's happening. Like, we need to figure out what this is. Um, but I've never experienced anything like that. Like, you didn't know where I was standing. I don't even think you knew that I had went from one side of the room to the other side of the room. You
Mm.
were so gone. So the fact that you just immediately were just like right to me was just fucking wild. Um,
Yeah. And even with Austin as well, like when my hand like goes like this and then it kind of like hovers and then it's just like points right at him. It's like you can't see through those goggles at all, by the way. I just want to make that perfectly clear that you can't see anything.
oh yeah, nothing.
Um
It's just red.
so it was just all that whole thing was bizarre, but Austin felt really bad about it. And then you ended up feeling really bad about it. I felt really bad about it because I felt like I had like inexperienced almost, like, oh, like I went and ruined this investigation for everyone because I'm so easily like, everybody was
No.
just feeling weird about it. But like we've talked about it and we want everybody to know because there was a few comments like why didn't there two different types of comments. A small percentage, and I want to make this very clear, a very small percentage of people were saying, why didn't you get her out sooner than that? And it's unfair because, again, like that's the reason why we're there, right? We're there to experiment, we're there to try new things, and we don't have all the answers. And this is literally just a learn as you go type thing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can prepare you for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you got those people, but then I also want to remind you, Mandy, you have so many people that are saying like, "Thank God you were there," and that's where I stand. Is thank
Yeah.
God you were there because what would have happened? Not saying anything like even if Austin was there or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it was one of those things too where I'm actually like, as traumatizing as it was for you, I'm really glad that things did go the way that they did, because if we would have taken you, if we, I feel like if we would have taken you out too soon,
Hmm.
that thing was sneaky as fuck. I don't know if that thing would have hid somewhere in you, in your energy, and we wouldn't have been able to cut it.
Yeah.
Um, and the way that everything took a turn, I was I felt like I was able to recognize it, step in, and cut that energy from you. Whereas
Hmm.
if we had took you out any sooner, I don't know if it would have been so apparent.
Yeah.
Um, which is another. So I do believe that everything truly does happen for a reason, regardless of how scary it may have been and what you experienced. But I believe that that happened. I mean, we put ourselves in that situation, but spirit made sure that we got that thing cut from you and were
Yeah.
able to get you out of there safely.
I also
Um,
I really want to mention as well, and I talked about it ever so slightly on the very beginning of the episode, but like I didn't even know that this is where we were investigating that night until like a few hours before at the Garnet House. And well, not even actually. Like, basically, what happened was I booked two locations, Mandy booked two locations. Mandy booked the Sally house, but I thought we had booked for the Villisca Axe murder house. So, like, I had looked up the Villisca Axe murder house and I was like, oh, yes, like, this is where we're going. And it wasn't until we told we asked Austin the night before, after the Garnet House episode done so, like, the whole entire investigation was just so off the charts. We invited him to Sally House, right? And it wasn't until we got outside of Sally House and I was like, "This isn't the house." And you're like, "Yeah, yeah, this is the house." I'm like, "Where?" And yous are like, "Right there." I'm like, "That's not the house." And we were having this whole moment in the car beforehand. And yous were like, "No, it is." And then they were like, "The Sally House." And that's when it clicked. And I was like, "Oh, we're at the Sally House? Like, what's the Sally House?" Like, I knew of it, but I hadn't really looked into it, but we did know beforehand. Austin said that there was a dark spirit who likes to scratch men, but I didn't know the story behind that, you know? Like,
Mm,
you could say that about any place, and like,
yeah.
I didn't know how much proof was surrounding that or anything like that. So that's why we were kind of like goofing off in the very beginning of the episode, just like, oh, there's something supposedly demonic here that scratches men, like we're safe. And it was just looking back at all of that now, I'm just
We're
like,
safe. It's
wow,
fine.
like what an idiot.
Yeah. No, I definitely underestimated what was. No, I don't even know if I underestimated. I just had no idea or was prepared for what
Yeah.
that house had to offer,
A lot of
basically.
people have been asking me if I'd seen any other YouTubers go to this place, and no, I haven't watched any person's investigation of this place prior or after the investigation. I watched a little bit of Project Fears because I think they put 2 episodes out. I watched a little bit of theirs and just couldn't get into it because just of the Sally House. Like, it's the Sally House. I just don't want anything to do with it. So it's been tough, but I
Yeah.
think in like the next I do want to watch people's investigations there. Apparently Colin from Paranormal Files, like he apparently has a really good episode there as well.
Hmm.
I've only heard that Project Fear are telling people like this is the most dangerous place that they've ever investigated. They're also not trying to promote this house, and it's difficult because we do this for YouTube, mainly for YouTube, and
Yeah.
to have that, to spend all that time and film that episode, and then to be like, like, do I even want to put this one out? First off, it's so dark. Um,
Yeah.
makes me super super like vulnerable to everybody out there. um a lot of people, I only want to show the people who like me, who like what we do, who
Yeah.
enjoy watching the show, but unfortunately if I put it out there, also makes me vulnerable to the just the people who I don't want around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a lot. And but at the end of the day, it got posted, and it's to show people the realness that surrounds these kind of lower level entities, and it's
Hmm.
all just a one big experience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those lower level entities are just coming out of the woodworks lately, and gotta be prepared.
I thought it was just Kansas.
I
I just
thought
thought
it was
that.
just Kansas, but it's not, unfortunately. It is everywhere.
Yeah. What do you guys
Yeah.
think, who are in the chat right now? I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts on these like dark episodes? Like, do you guys enjoy watching these, or do you kind of like go, like it's not really for me? Like, would you be just as interested as if we were just having a little chat with some ghosts? So some nice friendly ghosts.
We try really hard. I know you guys will see, we did Virginia City, and like every time something dark would start to creep in, we're like, no, 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 no. We're only here to talk to friendly ghosts. Like,
Yeah,
we
you
try
know,
so hard.
mhm. Our last trip that we just done to film, I mean, that was, like, so nice. It was, like, such a we got some really cool evidence without the the energy soul sucking after effect.
Yeah.
And that was just nice to just go back to basics and just have some real like mix it up a little bit and have fun whilst we're communicating with like spirits. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
me personally, like as the somebody who watches ghost shows, I always like when like there's a blend, you know. I love like every now and then we'll get like a dark episode and then the next one's like this really cool episode where they're communicating with regular spirits. So I kind of like
Yeah.
that like up and down. Um Me personally watching ghost shows.
Yeah. No, no, I
You
agree.
know, it's yeah. Um
It can't always be dark, 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 and it can't always just be like, oh, like nice chill investigations with good evidence. Um, sometimes it can't even be like a decent, proper investigation with a bunch of evidence. Sometimes it's just super chill, and that's fine too, But um, as far as this next episode that we're about to put out at Whiteface House, I just want to give you guys a warning that again, this episode, I was ready to quit, like straight up quit within 20 minutes of getting there. I still to this day, like, can't describe the feelings that I was feeling there. I kind of had like a bit of a breakdown like a couple days ago and I messaged you, Mandy, and I was just like, I don't fuck yeah. I was just going off on one because it was such a hard I've been editing that episode this week, and, it's bringing back all the feelings, and from that whole entire trip, and I'm just like, "Oh, like, I just hate it. I hate it. I hate being messed with. I hate when I'm
mhm.
being taken advantage of by spirit." Um, all that stuff that comes with it. I don't wanna be touched, nothing like that. I don't wanna give too much away, um but I was ready to, like, leave that night and cancel our next investigation,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm just so thankful that 2 weekends ago when we filmed the desert investigations, that was really nice. It was such a breath of fresh air, and it's given me
Yeah.
that second wind to keep going and be like, "Oh, this is what it's about." Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that last night just like restored my faith in the spirit realm.
Yeah.
It's just so fun and so cool, you know?
Yeah. Um
Yes.
Bruce is asking, he wants to know where you can actually get them Delco goggles. You can get them on
Oh
a Ghost
yeah.
Stop now, right?
Yeah, they're on Ghost Stop. Oh, no. They're on the Ghost Hunter store.
Oh,
Hold
are
on.
they?
Let me double check. Hold please.
I think it is the Ghost Hunter store.
The
I think
Ghost
you're
Hunter
right.
store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. The ghosthunterstore.com. If you just type in Delco goggles into Google, wow, it will pop up. It will pop up.
Karen here is saying the scarier the better. And I would agree with that. If I'm watching a show, like I want it to be scary. Of course I want it to be scary. But at the same time, like I feel like these 3 episodes that we done are like the darkest, scariest, and like, they're performing well, but they're not like getting like a bazillion views, which is crazy because it's real paranormal evidence, right? And you think that
Yeah.
that would make some sort of a breakthrough. Um, but it's just kind of, it's like, all right, but again, this is dangerous work. Like it really is dangerous work. And it's fine if some ghost shows get dark, scary stuff happen every single time. This is what I'm saying though. This is the first time ever, ever that we've had 3 back-to-back dark investigations like that. It doesn't happen on the regular.
No.
Um that's like, I don't even know if that will ever happen again, like back to back to back. And I hope it doesn't. I really
I
hope it
fucking hope
doesn't.
not.
But I know it's good content, right? But
No,
dang.
it's great content and it's so crazy. And but the dark stuff, as much as I don't know, I find the dark so intriguing, right? Like I think that it's such a just a different world, but it's an unsafe world. I mean, April's in here. April is a really good friend of mine. She performs all my I have somebody who does exorcisms on me regularly, like you know,
April, I'm gonna need you to reach out to me. I might need your number.
like
She could start
you
a
know.
business just from us two. April, you're gonna get rich off of just us two.
Just all the time. But that's how serious this is, right?
Mm,
Like we actually have to like I and me personally, I have to factor that into the work that I do, is that I have to be on top of that and make sure that I have somebody, to help me work through that. If you're doing this kind of work and working in the dark and not doing that for yourself, oh my gosh,
yeah.
So it's a tough road. All the dark investigations are tough. So, um, if we can avoid, I don't mind them every now and then, but
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll never encounter a situation like that where it's just like, you know,
No, I know, but again, there's more to it, and it's something to be looked into a little bit more, like why that happened 3 investigations in a row, you know? That's why I think it had to have been
connection.
connected, like
It's the connection. It's just like Goldfield Tonopah.
yeah,
Telling
there's
you.
there's something connecting them for sure.
Mhm.
Samantha right here in the comments, spiritual baths and energetic hygiene is essential. I agree. That's why Sam is you're still gonna give me that Reiki session, right, Sam? Because she's coming to stay at my house in next month. When is it? I don't know, you're gonna have to message me. Um, in June, I think. And I'm like, "Hey, like, whilst you're here," I feel bad. I feel like I roped her into it. I'm like, "Yeah, let's come round, we'll hang out, have a couple beers, play some games, and also I need an exorcism." Like, "Sam, can you please?" So, yeah, that's gonna be nice if she can perform that. Thank you, Sam. I got a yes. I got a yes. Thank you. But it's a lot, you know? It's a lot.
Yeah,
What
it
else did you
definitely
guys
is.
wanna know about the not Whiteface house, Sally house? I'm trying to think. There was a few things that I had, uh, that I was gonna talk about. I think it was the main thing that I wanted to let people in on, was the hand that I saw. That was extremely bizarre and strange, and it's never happened during a Delco before. Do I believe that it was a full-blown possession? I definitely think that it was somewhat of a mild possession. I really thought I was gonna have to go to hospital. The fact that it huh.
Sorry, you totally froze while you were talking about that.
Stop it.
Yeah, everything froze for a minute. Oof. But that people are saying every time we talk about this, like things are happening to people.
I don't like it.
Give that Palo Santo. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't yeah, seriously, I don't even have any.
I
I
got you, girl.
do.
I got you.
It's
Energetic
somewhere
transfer through the screen.
please,
Yeah, she
please do.
lagged. Everyone saw it.
Oh, stop it. That's
Ah.
disgusting. I can't handle that, guys. I'm sorry. Like, it's way too soon. This is, like, the first time that I'm, like, properly opening up about it. Like, I can't handle this, okay? What was I gonna say there, though, when I lagged? What was I even
You're
saying
talking
there?
about the hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no. This just went out.
Um, ew. I was gonna talk about when we got back, to our
Oh.
hotel and we hadn't talked about anything. And at the very end of the Sally House episode, you guys hear, a little clip as turn on the sleep recorder app, to try and catch if I'm sleep talking again because I had the past 2 nights. And what we ended up capturing and, like, thank God we slept with that sleep recorder app on, like, I love that, like, that moment was captured. because there was like a bed here and a bed here, and like I was in this bed and Mandy was sleeping in this bed, and next to my bed in the corner, there was a like desk, and it had a couple of bags on it, but one of them was like a big like plastic bag, and it had like a bunch of stuff in it, and but it had been sitting there, like it hadn't been, we hadn't went over there, we hadn't walked over there, like nothing, like we were both in bed, I was fast asleep. I still can't remember, like, if were you sleeping or you were like,
I was laying there with my eyes closed, just laying there. I could not
yeah,
sleep. I
because
was so
again,
scared.
we hadn't talked about the night, we hadn't talked about what happened, we pretty much just ignored it and then went to bed and then woke up at like 6:30 in the morning or something like that to that bag. Just it literally, and the crazy thing about it was the bag was pushed up against the wall. There was something else in front of it, and that bag fell. It must have slid all the way across the desk
Mhm.
because it knocked the thing off that was in front of it off as well. The whole thing, like, the second I saw it, I was just like, "Ugh, I can't, like, deal with that," you know? Just
Yeah. Yeah,
and
that
that's when you
bag coming
told
off was
me.
startling.
Yeah. Yeah, because it had, like it did have a lot of things in it, but it was heavy. It was heavy. Like, bags should not be moving like that. Even if there is a slight breeze, which there wasn't, but, like, I'm just trying to, like, say, like,
Yeah.
even if I'm trying to come up with anything, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen. That
No,
was
and the only thing I
scary.
could think of was, if you remember when we first got to the Sally house, when we were just kind of walking through, taking pictures,
Yeah.
the Taco Bell bag. You
Mm.
guys, I mean, this sounds really weird, but we had a taco. I don't know if anybody watches me on Instagram. I definitely post a story about it, but the Taco Bell bag was sitting on the table in the dining room, and we were getting ready to go upstairs, and the taco bag was moving. You could hear it like somebody was getting in it. And we quickly turned back around the corner and there was no one there, right? It's just us three. We're over here. And we're just like, get out of the Taco Bell bag, like, why are you in there? And then that same bag in our hotel room had leftover Taco Bell in it, by the
Did
way. So I
it?
just thought that was, yeah, I thought that was interesting. And I was like, this spirit wants fucking Taco Bell.
Dang, I didn't realize that we had put that Taco Bell bag in there.
We did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
We put
took
the
our trash
leftover
with
taco
us.
and stuff. So it had the Taco Bell in it, and so when it moved, I was like, dude, that's connected.
Alright,
That's
well, if
connected.
anybody does go to Sally House, because we ain't ever going back, um, maybe bring a Taco Bell bag, see what happens.
No, I was getting feisty. I was like, first off, that's my Taco Bell. You don't get to have it. Um, but yeah, that was scary though. Definitely was. You guys, I'm a scaredy cat, so like after investigations, it's really hard. I'm like high strung. It's really hard for me to sleep. It's too quiet. Like I'm still buzzing. There's still chatter. So Jade's over there, just like out like a light,
Oh.
and I'm just like over here, just like oh, scared. And so the minute I finally close my eyes, I'm like, okay, I got this. I got this. And all of a sudden, that fucking bag comes off the table, and I was like, I'm done. Done.
Yeah. It was rough, but I thought it was cool, like, I didn't know if I wanted to add it in or not into the episode, and I was just like, "You know what? Like, we've been so open and, like, with this whole situation, like, just
Yeah.
put it in the episode, like, people need to know, like, everything." Man. Yeah.
Thank God we were using that sleep recorder, because otherwise we'd
Yeah, I
just be
mean,
telling people. Now we have the audio.
now we do have the audio. Thank you, David Miller. Thank you so much for your
Yeah, thank
donation.
you guys.
Again, all your guys' donations go towards new investigations, and I promise, like, even though I'm over it. Like, we still are super excited about the investigations, the upcoming investigations that we've booked already. One of them investigations being completely funded by your guys' donations, so that's
Yes, thank you.
insanity. Yeah, we're just so appreciative. So thank you. And anybody have any questions for us? Because we got 30 minutes left. And if you
There
guys
was that
especially
question
Mhm.
about the dead bell. And I just want everyone to know our dead bell's working just fine now.
Yeah, I mean, like, we done those investigations, and it
So
still haunts our dreams.
it broke. It definitely Kansas broke that bell for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That bell was like done, and now it's working great.
Yeah.
So hasn't done that like 6,000 dings really fast. It's
It wasn't
just
doing it
normal.
on our 4th Kansas investigation, though.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't doing it. It only did it those first three investigations.
Mhm.
So that's also
Interesting.
interesting.
Scott has a challenge for us. He says, "I have 100K cash for anyone who can remove the poltergeist and the other 27 demons in my home. But if you don't like money, do it for free." Well, I think,
I'll
if you find
I'll
anyone who is
sacrifice
willing.
myself.
Oh, okay, well,
I'm
then
ready
there
to
you
go.
go.
I'm ready to go.
Come in
Where's
with
my
your
shit?
Palo Santo.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Um, you're gonna need a new lighter, that's for sure. Okay, going on to some questions, guys. It has been a very, very long day, so thank you so much for everybody who's like, "What? Mandy has a temper?" What does that even mean?
I'm so angry all the time.
What's your worst fear as an investigator? This is a good question.
Ooh.
Mhm. I would say my worst fear, surprisingly, isn't even to do with ghosts or spirit related. It's actually like, I this is sickening. I'm a sick person, okay? But I love to watch them videos on YouTube of people going into abandoned buildings and getting chased out by crazy people. But it's also like my biggest fear ever. Like those are my horror movies that I watch to
Oh.
actually genuinely get the heart pumping. 'Cause, like, horror movies don't do it for me anymore. So, like, I watch these videos of, like, urban explorers going into buildings and, like, getting chased out by absolute lunatics living in, like, these underground holes and stuff.
Oh my god.
It's so scary, Mandy. And, like,
Oh my
obviously,
god.
that's what I think about every single time we go to a place ever.
Oh my god. I know
Wash
Jade.
your
So
up.
Jade is the worry wart in this relationship when it comes to um everything, and I'm the carefree like, sure, I'm gonna post my location and show exactly where I'm at and tell everyone everything. And it's good though, because like I think we balance each other out in that aspect. She's much more
I
safe than I am.
well, it comes from legit trauma. Like, I've been through, a couple different stalkers. That's been, like, a big thing, and my whole entire
Wow.
house is covered in cameras. Um, so if there's any hackers out there, don't you think about it.
My cameras are
Those are my
covered.
cameras. But no, like, on the outside of my house and stuff like that, no matter what house I've ever lived in, I have to install a lock on my bedroom door. Like, I have to have, like, super high security. That's why I have a massive dog, like, things like that. Like, I have
Yeah.
not just 1 front door, 2 front doors. Like, it's crazy. Like, um, so obviously, when it was just me before Mandy joined the team, I would never post my location ever. And I always carried pepper spray, like I always carried like other things with me to make sure that I was safe. And ever since Mandy's joined the team, you do like to post things when we're doing investigations, even before investigations. And it's like, I'm not gonna be like, "Don't do it," you know what I mean? Because it's part of the fun, and I would love to restore my faith in normal people again. I don't wanna have to
Yeah.
live in a life of fear 24/7 and think that somebody's always after me and all this kinda stuff. I don't wanna live in a world of paranoia, so, um,
Yeah.
so far so good, so we're fine. But it has happened on a couple of a couple of locations before Mandy joined the team. This is my first year on YouTube. There was 2 other incidents that happened where somebody would show up on an investigation for me, and I don't know these people, and it was weird.
Wow.
So like it's coming from like actual experience. It's not just me being weird, you know. It's like
Yeah.
because like this stuff does happen all the time. So what's happening? What's going on in your house? Mandy's stalkers are just ghosts. I'm scared of the living. What's happening?
I don't know.
This is like exactly like an investigation. Mandy go,
Dude, there was literally sorry, there
and
was
I go, what?
literally
What?
just like somebody talking right here, like out loud. I thought my kitchen is haunted right now.
It's just your kitchen?
That was so loud.
Is it the cowboy? Is there a cowboy?
No, I don't know. That was really I heard that over my headphones. Like that was really loud.
That's weird.
Sorry. That is a
That's
very
a big
valid
fear
fear.
too.
You know what my biggest fear is?
Huh.
Being at the top of a location that has a lot of floors and then all my lights going out and I have to somehow get to the bottom in the dark. Done. Dead. Just leave me up there. I'll have to stay up there until the sun comes
That
up.
I could literally imagine you like in the pitch dark on like the top floor of like Goldfield. If there was no lights, you're trying to find your way in the dark, trying to get out of there. That is like top quality content, Mandy. I think I might just have to do that to you, maybe one of these
That would just
days.
be me screaming, crying, laughing the whole way down on my hands and knees. Oh god. Oh, that like, that's my worst fear. That's my worst fear.
We have here,
Fuck
how did you
myself. Oh, sorry.
what?
It just got worse. I was just thinking about that myself.
I was like, oh my gosh, you scared me.
I scared myself.
Oh man, Mandy, like one of Mandy's biggest fears is just the dark in general, like just the dark. So we've talked about this before. She always sleeps with the nightlight on. I always sleep with the blindfold on. So I could totally understand like you just being like all the flashlights going off on an investigation. So yeah. How did you two meet? We met at a paranormal convention. Surprise, surprise.
Ta-da!
Okay, so here's a question. What's been happening to Mandy since Kansas? I thought you said something's been going on. So that's actually a really good example right there, like what Mandy just heard. Is that a normal occurrence in your
This has
house, or
been
is this?
happening
Mhm.
since Kansas. So my house has always been haunted. Um, I got we got spirits here. I have my normal ones. They're attached to certain items that I have because I am an antique collector.
Shout out
We've got
Chester.
boundaries. Yeah, shout out Chester. We got boundaries set up. So like bedroom, bathroom off limits, kitchen, living room, fair game. As long as everyone gets along, it's great. Ever since I got back from Kansas, it's been fucking weird in here. But not
Yeah.
like bad, but in a how do I explain it?
I think something
They
wants your attention, like really
they are
wants your
in my thoughts.
attention.
They're in my thoughts now. If I even think of a Kansas house, like Garnet, whatever, boom, fucking the spirit's right there, right behind me. And I'm having like not just like mediumship experiences. I'm having like physical normal things happening. So all my candles turned off on their by themselves. Um, there's been a lot of things falling in the kitchen. Just a lot of stuff's happening. There's a man in this house now, and he won't give me his name. He won't even talk to me. He's just here.
Good.
That I don't know where he came from, but there's a lot going on, and it's been a mind fuck because I've been trying to tap into it, right? Because it's my home, so I want to know like
Right.
who's here, what's going on. But there's something that's happening. I'm like fully connected with Garnet and Whiteface and Sally now, literally to the point where if I even think of them, something will fall. Or if I say it out loud. The other day I was talking out loud and I mentioned when I said Justin and
You just
something fell
froze.
in my kitchen.
Shit, you not, dude. When you said Austin, and then it like crackled, like,
See?
but you've been totally
Dude,
fine this entire time. 1.5 hours
the
in.
minute I even say that man's name,
Dude, something
shit
is
goes
it.
it goes crazy in this house.
Yeah, I mean, it could be very.
What was okay, I can't.
Was
I'm
that your
done.
lights? What
No,
happened?
something's happening in here. You
Okay.
guys, settle.
All I'm saying is like, is it possible that something, and I don't want to like paint Justin in like a light where it's like he is walking about with all this dark energy or anything like that, but like these spirits that are there, or this dark entity that does exist in the Garnet house, is it possible that it's so comfortable with Justin that that's when it can announce itself more, or is up to its little whatever it does, the chaos that it brings with it.
Yeah.
Um, I really feel like that was one of the reasons why Justin even joined us in the first place at the Garnet House, was because we know that this thing, he kind of like brings it out a little bit. Like he can provoke it a little bit, and he knows just what to do to get the right amount of activity, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. There's something going on there
Yeah.
with him and the spirits.
Mm.
It's a whole, I don't know. It's interesting, the relationship that he's developed with the
Yeah.
location and the spirits there. Um, and I think it's something that a lot of people who, and God, I hope to be like this one day. A lot of people who own these haunted locations, they almost become part of the location. And it's just, I've
Yeah.
seen this time and time again, like Susan in her prison, you
Mhm.
know, Dawn and Mackie Mansion, like people just, they become a part of the location and they can literally just stir up anything really at
Yeah.
any point because it's them, you know?
Well, I
Um,
mean, even like take it from this as
Elsie.
well. We talked about this a little bit on our last live stream, but we were talking about the spirit that haunts my house. Now, apparently there's three, right? I don't know
Mhm,
too much about these other two, but that's three separate mediums have now told me that there are three in my house. I only know
mhm.
of one of them, and I know his mannerisms. I know what activity he does. I feel like we understand each other now, and we understand how to get along fine. At first, when I
Mhm.
first moved in, it was hectic. It was crazy. But now I feel like there's a nice level. But the activity only ramps up is when guests come to stay. And it's that kind of thing as well. It's like, well, he leaves us alone because I talk to him out loud. And I'm sure a lot of people with haunted locations talk to their spirits out loud.
Yeah.
And I think that that does so much to the energy there, and they listen and they know that person's true, like what they're planning on doing with the place and things like that. But anyway, I
Yeah.
think that that's kind of the level it is. It's like, well, this is my ghost, and we get along fine, and we know how to deal with each other. And I also understand. I know what would piss off my ghost, and that is
Mhm.
bring somebody for a long time and have them have a mess around the house and stuff like that, and it like activity will just ramp up. So it's true. Like people who do own haunted locations know how to work the spirits in their space.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what some people are, I know April commented and Elsie commented about, like, that codependent relationship that you almost build with, like, your location and your spirits, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because 'cause they're part of the
You
house.
develop, exactly, you develop
Mhm.
that relationship and it's, I don't know, it just becomes a part of you. Um It's wild. I think that relationship is so interesting, and I'm manifesting. I want to be that I want to be that crazy lady that has a haunted location that everyone's like, that fucking bitch is crazy, but her house is haunted. You know.
Well, you already have the crazy part down, so now you just need the haunted
Yeah,
location.
yeah, yeah. My
I'm
apartment
kidding.
just won't do. Sorry, guys. Everyone, we gotta pack it up. We gotta go. We gotta find a new house. Um,
Let's
no, it's
read some of these
crazy.
comments. We'll take another few comments.
But thank you guys. Some of you guys said some really nice things. Everything's cool here. It's just been interesting, and I've been managing it.
Mhm.
So it hasn't been like hurtful or anything like that, or even really negative. It's almost, I feel like they're trying, like you were saying, like I feel like they're trying to pass along some sort of message to me, and I'm not getting it. So they're being like really crazy with the things. So
Yeah.
um, yeah.
I have a question from Mystery Man. Would you do an investigation with fans? I have, and it's never worked out. I have, and it's been fun at first, but then there's like, if I always feel like if I can't provide as much as they need from me, like then it gets weird, kind of thing like that. And does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I always have a lot of anxiety if I ever go to a place where I have to like meet somebody and stuff that who watch, because I feel like I have to be almost like entertaining, and I don't know why I feel like that. Like because everybody sees an edited version of me, right? So everybody
Yeah.
sees this quick-witted, like da 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 da. It seems like I'm so on it all the time. That's why I love doing these live streams. This is just a very more like chill version of us, and this is how we are like all the time. And we're not putting on acting or anything like that. It's just with editing, it makes it seem like, and we're also experiencing these crazy things, and our reactions are big, and this is just us chilling in our homes. And I feel like when I'm with a fan to film, um, so many hours they get to experience all them hours of the kind of like not sitting about, but just like the kind of like kind of parts and that kind of thing. And I've enjoyed doing it in the past, but honestly, just from the track record, um, I've never actually been able to like keep those people close to me. So, the people who investigate, like I really like to keep them close. And I will say this though, we do have an
Interesting.
investigation. And we have an investigation. I mean, by the way, not saying that I would never do it again or anything like that. Like I would love to try it out. Um, but I'm all about like the experiments right now. I'm trying
Mhm.
to try out new things in the paranormal YouTube world. And one of them is going to be an episode probably coming out in a couple months because we have so many episodes to go out at this point. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is our last investigation of this month that we still need to film. And we're going to be investigating at a location with a person that we have never met before. You've never met this person before. I've never met this
Mm.
person before. This person doesn't do paranormal stuff. This person isn't a big content creator. This person is simply somebody that I've just found online and said, do you want to come on an investigation with us? And I think Mandy thought I was insane. Like,
She's on
why would I do
Craigslist like,
that?
do you want to come with us?
But hey, they agreed, right? And this is what I want to know. I want to see if like activity, because we know that we can go into a location, me and you, we're connected, we know what to do. We go in there, we rub our hands and we work the spirits, right? I
Yeah.
want to know what it's like when a normie, so to speak, comes in and is just like, I'm curious. I have these questions. I want to hear their questions. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like I want to hear that person's questions. I'm just really curious to what that does. It's almost like a
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited for that episode. But I want to keep doing things like that with Ghost Club that kind of pushes the norm in like paranormal YouTube kind of thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I've also had this other idea. Now I'm just rambling, but I've also had this other idea. You know this, Mandy. I really want to do a episode where I put Mandy on a date with 3 different people. I really want to do like maybe like a fan, like, and then somebody in the paranormal community that we know, and then just like somebody that doesn't know about the paranormal, doesn't know about Ghost Club. I think that that'd be so much fun. Like, I really want to do that, but we might have to start another channel for that. I don't think that that belongs on this
What if
channel,
we
but
go ghost hunting, but with 3 suitors, and they have to
scooters.
suitors, 3 suitors.
Scooters. I think you said scooters. I was like, what?
Update: we're all on scooters for this episode.
With imagine like all of her bags, like we have so much equipment. Oh my god, that killed
In the
me.
dark,
Okay,
just trying to get around this building.
what were you gonna say?
Just like 3 suitors, and the whole episode is just them trying to like, I don't know, vie for my heart, but also like ghost hunt. And one of them I would hope would have a nightlight for me, just out and about. I think it'd be fun.
Well, what I really want to do is like if we were to do this idea, right? And let me guys, let us know what you think about this one, right? I think that it would be a lot of
Wow.
fun, but I would love to like get the person and then like have each day in a different location. So let's say, for example, one of them's like a graveyard, right? So you show up to the graveyard. You could bring your scooter if you want. You show up in in the graveyard just outside the gates. And I'm like, right, Mandy, like potential, you know, forever is just waiting behind those gates. And then you just like, and then the camera just pans and he's just all the way at the other side of the cemetery, just like holding a rose. And you have to like do this really long, awkward walk, like all the way through the graveyard up to him,
God,
and then
it's
just have like the
literally,
cameras on the other side and just roll like what how would that pan out? Oh, that's gold.
oh my God, it's like Paranormal Bachelorette, like Damien said. And
Yeah.
that's why in the Bachelorette shows the women always run to the men, because it's such a long walk. So they tell them pick up the pace, get there. So but I would have a scooter so I could just scooter to him. Do a little razor
I
kick
was
while I'm there.
I was thinking that I could keep the scooter behind as you walked, but if you want the scooter, that's fine, but I can't promise that it's gonna be paved, could be gravel, we could be working with grass here, so you wouldn't wanna
That's
fall on your
true.
scooter and look silly or anything like that.
Oh, that's
Um,
such a good idea.
it is such a good idea. We've talked about a paranormal, bachelorette show before. I think
But
that
I
would
want
be
to
so
pick
fun.
my suitors.
No, it doesn't work like that. I pick your
Yeah,
scooters.
yeah.
It has
There's
to be
only
like a
like
blind
3 people
date.
you can pick. Oh.
Yeah. No, no, no. I would get some good people. I know, okay, first off, like we have some amazing people who watch, okay? I know that
Yes.
there's so many messages, Mandy, like so many. I don't know if you've looked at the comments recently, but you're a hot commodity. There's a lot of
No,
guys
I
out
am
there.
not.
Yes, you actually are. And there's a lot of guys out there who would sign up for that show.
You know what's
Just
funny?
saying.
It's like that guy who always comments on my stuff and he always asks, "Do you want kids?" You just do you want kids? Do you
Oh
speak
my
English?
gosh. I
'Cause
mean,
he does that on all of our stuff.
he does. Oh, I know exactly who you're talking to.
You know,
Who you're
yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah.
Do you speak English? Do you want kids? I do know that
Do you want to
guy.
get married? And I'm like, no, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
No, I speak English and a little Italian.
I speak a little English.
I speak a little English, a little Italian.
Singles for scooters. This is the part of the night. This is 5 minutes before the end of our live stream, and this is the part of the night where it's just like we're just so
Wait, hold on.
tired.
This is getting better. And for you get
At the
a
end,
race scooter.
at the end, you guys scoot off together. Oh my god.
One scooter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I
You guys
can't.
are
No, two
actually
because I'm
oh
an
my
innocent
gosh.
woman.
Suitor scoot. I love it. Oh my god.
Suit
I'm
or scoot.
crying.
Get it? Everybody, if
Suit
I
or
say that I'm not in love
scoot.
with them and they have to, I say, I'm sorry, you were not picked. Pack up your belongings and say goodbye. They have to scoot away.
That's the part where I go, now Mandy, do you want to suit or scoot?
And I'm like, scoot. And they're just like,
Oh,
and
they have to do the scoot of
will sit there and he'll
shame.
hold all the roses.
Oh,
Oh, that's so good. You
how
guys,
long's
this is
her?
great. Send
Guys, do
pictures
you
of
see
your
what you
scooter.
did to me? Guys, if there's any single guys out there who are looking to jump on the back of Mandy's scooter and ride away into the sunset, you guys know what to do. Blow Mandy's DMs up with scooter images. She would love that. Let's get this started. Oh my gosh. It has to happen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We need to sleep because it's getting silly, apparently.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, we never did that guy's question about the equipment. Oh, it's so funny. I'm gonna start crying.
Anybody
Oh.
have any last questions for us? What question did we have about the equipment? It's gonna have to be big enough for two. Sure. It has to be able to fit two. I don't know if Mandy wants to answer that one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I got makeup everywhere. Sorry. I'm straight most days.
That's the best answer I've ever heard, ever. Most days.
I am straight most days.
You know what? It really
no.
isn't about it's not about the gender though. Clearly, Mandy only has eyes for one thing, and that's what kind of scooter you packing?
Just anymore.
In our next
Oh
episode,
my
everyone's
God.
gonna be leaving scooter comments, like, who are in on this chat, and everybody is gonna be so confused. Just like that time when we done a Clown Motel and Barrier Beyond released theirs, where I run into the room when I'm, like, brushing my teeth, and I, like, run in there 'cause something happens, and I'm holding my toothbrush, and, like, there's just, like, toothpaste all around my mouth, and I'm like, "What's happening? What's going on?" Just like not
Your
even
toothbrush.
realizing it. Like, how stupid could I
Oh my
be?
God.
Then everybody commenting just the toothbrush emoji. Like that went on for like 2 months. It was
Everyone
so
wanted to make sure that
funny.
you had your toothbrush.
Oh, her eyes are only for Noah Sebastian. That's to be fair, let's reel it in because that is very true.
That's
Yeah.
the only scooter I'll accept. Just kidding. I'll also accept Will Ramos.
I don't know what a side saddle is.
Ah!
What? Is that like what is a side saddle?
I'm done. You guys are killing me. Y'all are killing me. Oh my God.
Any more collabs with Barrier Beyond? Yes,
Oh.
we actually we talked about this on the last live, I think, but yeah, we had to go to the desert, unfortunately. Without them, we had plans to investigate and their friend, sadly, he passed away recently. So that was the weekend of his funeral. And so yeah, but we're totally going to get together again soon. We've been dying to investigate with them again. It's been so long. Oh my gosh, Corby, thank you so much. I'm glad there's no
Y'all are
pity
crazy.
laughs aside Saddle. Everybody's
Somebody
loving
had
that.
asked if we were drinking, and I'm like, no, this is
No.
just like, this is just normal. I would also accept a scooter from Dakota. I'll accept scooters from Dakota. I'll accept scooters from Noah, and I'll accept
Hey,
scooters from Will.
let's bring this up though, because you did have a dream that Dakota Layden reached out to you asking you about the Sally house.
I did.
Okay. And I was watching their episode of the Sally house, and they said if they hit, I think it was like 50,000 likes, that Chelsea would go into that house alone. Okay. And right now they're sitting at like 37,000 likes. So they're not too far off of it. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, what if they hit 50,000 likes and Chelsea goes in there by herself? Like, what is going to happen to her?
It's so
And I was
scary.
thinking maybe like something will happen to her. And then like Dakota like reaches out to us, like,
I
this
need your
happened to you
help.
guys too. Or yeah, could you
You guys,
imagine?
yeah, that was such a legit. I don't dream about people like that, like ever. So that was such a legit dream. And it was so serious. And I was just like, this is so cool. So if anyone knows Dakota, please pass along the message that we're meant to work together.
Yeah, I'm like, what was your message?
And ride scooters.
Uh,
Oh, that's so funny. That's
yeah.
so funny. Well, that's a good one. Would you rather be a fish or a rock?
I'm done with everybody right now.
Sorry,
We are
guys.
1 minute over this podcast.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
Do you
Yeah,
think
you know
Sam and
what?
Kobe are too loud?
No, not that one. Chelsea.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to
what one
go.
did you put
Sorry,
up?
I was saying yes to below. Chelsea needs to go. I need to go on with Chelsea.
Yes. I will stand outside in my house in a different state.
I would be willing to sacrifice my mental health to go
No,
in in this house.
would you really go back?
If
Oh,
they
in all
ask me,
fairness, would
yes.
you really go back? What was that?
Yeah, if they ask me, yeah.
If they asked you.
Yeah.
What if I asked you? No, I'm kidding. No, no,
Jade.
no, 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 no. What if
Our demons are talking to Jade. We need to exercise her right now.
nobody is allowed to bring me back into that house ever? I would never go in there, even for $100,000, and I'm broke, and I would never go back in there. Mm-mm.
I would be so scared, but I would do it. I would do it.
Wow.
I'm not going to go out of my way to go back there. But if I was invited by said people, certain people, I would be like,
Mm.
oh, I'd be like those
You would
people
have
on
to.
Ghost Adventures, on Ghost Adventures when they're doing the interviews and they're like, "Oh, I never wanted to step back in here, but here I am." They're doing it for the, I never wanted to step back in here. This is the worst memory, but I'll do it. I'll go in. That'll be me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've never really understood those people though, to be fair, because it is true. It's just like, oh my god, this dark entity like tried to kill my entire family. I've never been back since.
But
Um,
I'll go.
but
And
I'll
they're like,
show
"Do
you
you
where my
want to go
bedroom
in?" And
used
they're
to
like,
be.
"Sure."
Yes. No,
So
I
yeah,
totally
here,
get it.
follow me back. We're gonna go. Oh my god, I can't. So good.
Um, so sorry. I'm trying to read a few of the comments. Sorry for the rapid fire. Do you think weed or shots heightened your abilities? This is a very good, interesting question. I don't indulge in any drugs or anything like that. But I do enjoy a beer every now and then if I have time. And we've talked about this. Actually, we never drank at all. Usually we have like a little beer after an investigation, just like one beer when we're in the when we're in Nevada.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than like wrapping up an investigation, being like, this was an amazing investigation, going to the 24-hour cowboy bar and having
Yeah.
a beer and going to bed, right? We didn't do that at all though. We were so tired. But long story, I have tried to drink like a glass of wine and investigate, and it was horrible. Like, there's no way. Like, I won't touch a single drop of alcohol before investigating. Afterwards, total different story. But before, no, throws me off completely. Mandy, on the other
Interesting.
hand,
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how it affects people. Like some people are like will be super heightened, and then some people just totally knocks that away. For me, if I drink before an investigation, which I'll admit I've done like two or three times, not with Ghost Club or anything, but in the past, and when I have, it my ego just goes away, and it's like just floodgates of communication. It's not the best way to do things. I don't, I mean, you guys do you. You're all your own individuals. You can do whatever you want. But for me personally, I try not to do that. But for me, it does heighten my abilities for sure, and my sensitivities.
I think we need to just start another channel, like a side channel where
Where we
I just make you do things. Like, and because I have so many ideas going through my head, like right as you're saying that right now, you know.
just get me drunk
Obviously,
and then put me in a building.
no scooters would have to be involved in the drinking episodes. Could you imagine if you got a DUI on a scooter? I would never let that down, girl. That
Oh.
would be on every single one of your birthday cards. That would be on a Christmas wrapping paper, everything.
Could you imagine? We should do that. Instead of like, Jade and Mandy try, it's just Jade makes Mandy do all X, Y, and Z. And then it's just me doing a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah. So
Like Drunk
I don't
History.
think
I
we've
love
ever
that
really
show.
we haven't really talked about it, but yeah, for the
We
longest
haven't.
time we were gonna have a second channel, and it was gonna be like Jade and Mandy try. So we were gonna do certain things. But I kind of just like gave up on that whole idea because I feel like we were just never on the same page with it.
I'm like blacksmithing with ghosts, and you're like, no.
No, I was like, okay, so like I like pitched the idea, right? And I'm like, okay, so what about this? Jade and Mandy try. And it would be like Jade and Mandy try getting abducted by aliens. Okay. And then it would be like a whole, like a big, like 2 hour documentary where we're just like researching aliens and figuring out how it works and like doing all this stuff to try and get abducted by aliens. And then I'm like, or like Jade and Mandy try. And then I was coming up with like all these scenarios that we could be in. And then Mandy's like, I have one. Jade and Mandy try blacksmithing. I'm like, I
I'm
feel like you
like,
can't really
yes.
get a 2 hour long episode. It would just be us making things.
I mean,
Anyway,
I think we're funny.
no, I definitely think, but it wouldn't be just like a Jade and Mandy try though. It would just be like
No, no, no. It would
we
just
wouldn't
be
be able
Jade
to
and
put
Mandy do.
yeah, we couldn't like put ourselves in a box, you know what I mean?
No, we could still do the try. I just think we thought about this alien idea, and then it got really cold really quickly. And then the idea of being out in the desert for
Yeah.
hours on end when it's freezing
Yeah.
just didn't work at that moment in
No,
time.
it didn't. But we'll get round to
But
it. We'll definitely,
we'll
if you
get to
guys are
it. We'll get to it.
interested in it,
Everybody.
like we are so down to do some alien like episodes. We've been dying to do some like alien episodes. Whatever that means. I don't even know what that means, but like just something like an investigation in a place where like somebody's been abducted or something like that. Huh, what are you laughing at? What's
Sorry,
happening?
hold on, wait. Okay, there's this one. And then there's this
Guys.
one. That's a good one. You guys, you guys are killing me. It's so good. That's so good.
I
What if we
cannot
just let the
handle
viewers
this.
tell us what we should try, and then we just tried it?
Exactly. Like this is the thing, right? Oh my gosh, you guys have way better video ideas than I do. So,
You're onto something,
oh,
Elsie. Okay.
Elsie, Jesus.
Uh,
Jade and Mandy try crack on scooters. um,
Where'd all the mods go? No, I'm just kidding. We're over here just like, we're like, we give up.
would you
Oh
ever do
my
an episode
gosh.
where you only do Estes, or does it get overwhelming? I mean, at a certain point, it's kind of like a tattoo, right? The first like few pricks like in the needle for like the first like 5 minutes, like it's kind of hurting a little bit. It's like interesting, it's different. But then the more the needle goes in, you kind of go numb, right? And then you just kind of like relax into it and you're just like, well, I'm just here for however long it takes. That's exactly how the Estes
Yeah.
method is. The first like 5 minutes, it's kind of like, oh, just trying to like get your like figure out what's going on, and then it's just like done. You could fall asleep, if you were under for long enough. So I wouldn't do a full
Yeah.
episode with the Estes, but it would be interesting, maybe for like a members only video or something like that, where we just sit for like an hour and do the Estes method and really just try and communicate with just just a good old ghost.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just like reading these comments and just like you're just like I'm not even here right now. You're just reading these comments.
Good. Alien scooters and cherub.
Huh? What is
The
who said that?
the
Alien
comment.
spitters and cherubs. That's what the name of the channel could be. Exactly. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me.
Sorry, you guys
Um,
are killing me.
I really
This
don't
is
want to
so you
kill the
guys.
fun.
I'm sorry. The fact that 200 people have been with us this whole time. I just
Oh
want
shit.
to say thank you for spending your night talking about scooters with us. Like this has been awesome.
Scooter Club.
Scooter Club. Hashtag scooters. Hashtag Taco Bell. Hashtag cheers. It's crazy.
Hashtag trains.
Trains.
All right, guys, it's definitely
Uh,
the end of the night because I am like actually losing my mind. I've been up too late. I have work in the morning. I
yeah.
literally have to educate the future, the children of the future tomorrow morning. So I can't go in like this.
Yeah.
But
No,
you guys have
I
been
have to.
so. Oh, what do you have to do, Mandy?
I have to go help animals. Hashtag Amtrak.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay.
Uh,
Well, thank you
oh,
all
thank you, Crypt
for
Keeper.
joining us. We appreciate everybody who is here tonight. I know that like I don't know how well these lives are gonna do. It honestly doesn't really matter. Like we just enjoy being here and talking with you guys and just having some good banter. Like obviously these past few investigations have been very hard hitting, like especially like when we filmed them. They were so intense, and they still are. Like watching them back, trust me, like it's a lot. But just having these moments like where we can like talk about something other than the possession, you know what I mean? It's kind of like I just want to let you guys know that that means so much to me and Mandy, to
Yeah,
actually have like, like proper good banter with you guys. uh that's all we ever wanted.
yeah,
We
it's
gotta
been
make a
fun.
scooter reference in our next video, Mandy. We have to.
Scooter.
Next time we
What if
film.
we put Chester on a scooter?
What do you mean? Like print it on
Like,
a
what if we got
scooter?
him? Like, what if we got him like a little
Like a little
scooter?
Barbie scooter? No, I want some legit scooters, okay? There have been a lot of donations tonight. I think we should get some custom scooters. Just
Oh,
absolutely
some
wasting people's money
GCP
on the
scooters.
stupidest stuff.
This is what we spent. This is, I mean, the money's going to good things, right? The people wanted scooters. So the
Oh,
people want
the
scooters.
people do want scooters. I don't know. That's going to be something that we have to think about. Maybe we can get one scooter and try and fit on it.
One GCP scooter.
Yeah, and then maybe we could get two and then like raffle one off. Do people want GCP scooters? Is that-
Yo, dude, okay, so I'm gonna find the old school You remember the Razor scooters? I mean, that was like the thing, right? You'd
Those are the
like spin it
best.
around and hit yourself in the shin, and it was like the worst experience ever, but they were so
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we found some old school Razor scooters and then signed it?
I actually have 2 Razor scooters in my backyard right now. Like, not even kidding. Like, that's not even a joke.
What the fuck?
I had 3, and then I gave one of them to the owner of the Poltergeist Ranch, the episode that I done. My life is so
Why?
strange. Hmm?
Why did you give one away?
Well, because she has,
Why
like, a
did
big
you tell
ranch,
him a
and she needs to
scooter?
get
Oh
around
my
it.
god. Oh, hold on.
So I gave her a scooter. My god.
Oh my god.
But I still have 2
I
left.
Well, then what are we doing? We need to go ride scooters ASAP.
No, I'm yeah, okay, no, I don't like these ones though. I wanna get brand new ones, and they gotta be black, and they gotta have the JCP logo on them, and I wanna scoot in style, okay?
Scoot in style. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. GCP scooter giveaway.
Sounds good.
We'll figure out how to make that happen. I don't know how shipping works with that,
I
but
don't know, let's just sleep on it.
we'll
That's the
figure it
main
out. We'll
thing.
figure it out.
We
But
gotta
everybody
sleep
stay.
first. Alright, guys,
Oh,
thank
y'all,
you
this was
so much
fun.
for joining us. We will see
Thanks,
you
guys.
again. Let me bring my calendar up real fast because on Tuesday, the 21st of this month, we have the Whiteface House episode. And then the Tuesday afterwards, on the 28th, you're going to be seeing our faces again. Will we have the scooters by then? Who knows? We'll get those answers next live stream.
Woo!
Bye,
We'll find
guys.
out. Bye. Thank you. We love
Bye.
you.